This is my new electric car, and it's not a Tesla, despite the screen that seems to imitate it. In here we have luxuries such as an indicator stalk and a speedo in front of our very eyes. It's not a Porsche Cayenne, despite what you might think looking at this light and these wheels. Clearly plenty of plagiarism going on here with the design language. So how is this Temu Tesla so much better than the original, even though this one only cost me 25% of what that would? Make sure you subscribe to see the next 2 years of my ownership of this vehicle and running it, and to see how it actually compares in the real world, real family use. And let me know in the comments what are the things that Tesla can actually do better than this Leapmotor C10. But this one has a rear wiper under here. No rear wiper on there. These door handles are a bit easier to operate than the Tesla ones. Even though this comes with quite nice looking 20-inch wheels, it still rides better than the Tesla, even when the Tesla's on 19-inch wheels. My kids think that this badge is reminiscent of the Transformers. We know that this looks like a piece of anatomy, and there's quite some stigma behind that. In terms of the footprint on the road, they are very similar. The panel gaps on this are absolutely spot on. The panel gaps on this car, however, yikes. Look at the alignment of this door and that one. Poor panel gaps, just like every Tesla. Massive. This hits the road with Dunlop tyres on. It's good to see. Where is the cost cutting on this car? We got roof rails as standard, and these are the type that are easy to get roof bars for. If you were to load it up to the roof, you know which one would be a bit more practical. And it's not the slopey fastback roof. Copying the likes of Burmester and Bang & Olufsen. The finishing and the materials used are excellent. It's probably plastic, but it feels like real metal aluminium. Top of the doors, excellent. Double cup holder, another double cup holder. And we've got cameras, and more cameras, and more cameras. All of the cameras. Wireless charging up here, plenty of space under there. Some more USB ports, USB-C and USB-A, same in the back. I'm really interested to see how well this wears, because this is so soft and supple for fake leather. Probably can't make it out at all on there, but nice soft padding, good bolstering, whatever that is. Oh, Ecotex, standard 100. Don't know, there's a QR code there. Maybe I should have a look at some of the details. Heated and ventilated are standard. Heated steering wheel for the driver as well. Once again, this lovely fabric. Your Tesla's got a massive glass roof, but it hasn't got a shade for those sunny days, has it? Bit of an oversight on Tesla's part. Well, that makes it feel a bit cozy. Let's make it feel a bit more airy, shall we? As simple as that. And the glass roof in this is equally as massive as in the Tesla Model Y. And yes, whilst the Tesla Model Y is generous in the back, this is palatial. It is absolutely massive back there. I've not sat in another vehicle outside of a long wheelbase Mercedes S-Class that has the kind of legroom that this has in the back of it. It is absolutely not just class leading, but it is industry leading. It is unbelievable the amount of legroom that the Chinese put in the back of some of these vehicles. Now let's correct a couple of the things that the motoring journalists got wrong or are now inaccurate because of updates. First things first, the over-the-air updates. This is now on LeapOS 3.40.32. And probably the biggest complaint was all of the driver assistance systems. The eye tracking one and the lane keeping one and all of that stuff. And yes, you can go down here into the menus and turn it off, but they found that the bings and bongs were too much, it was too intrusive, and it was too difficult to turn it off. Well, Leap have clearly made some massive updates since then. Out of the box, the driver assistance systems on this are less intrusive than a Kia, Hyundai, and the ones in the Polestar and the Volvo cars that I've tried. But if you still want to turn them off, all you need to do, swipe down from the top, boom. Do you want to deactivate? Yes. Okay, and that's turned off. So we've just turned the two off straight away and they are now disabled. We can turn them back on. But even better than that, See this key here? This is a mappable key. You can map this to whatever you want it to do. And with one tap of that, every time you get in the car, you can turn those assistance systems off. And yes, they will reset every time. That is due to Euro NCAP. All vehicles do that. It's not exclusive to this. Another thing that they considered to be an oversight was the lack of Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. I'm pleased to bring to the channel this little adapter. This little dongle from CarLink Kit resolves that issue and gives us wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And links will be in the description, and a dedicated video about this product will be coming. It's raining and it's dark, but maybe you can see that. That's a drive shaft and that's a rear motor. This is rear wheel drive. I'm not quite sure what the motor and press were going on about. All of the videos at the time of release seemed to quote that this was a front wheel drive vehicle. And a quick drive down the road will easily tell you this is not a front wheel drive vehicle. Motoring journalists really should know how to tell the difference. I appreciate that those guys, sometimes they only get 20, 30 minutes and they have to hustle and quickly churn out a video, but a bit of due diligence really wouldn't go far amiss. You might be able to see under there, in the USB-A at the moment, I've got a 32 gigabyte thumb drive, and that is currently recording on a looping video all of my dash cam footage from all around the vehicle. There you can see us in our car parking spot, surrounded by Tesla. We can see all four of the alloy wheels. You can get the wide angle. As we set off, the front facing camera is shown very clearly, and it shows us any obstacles as we may be setting off. It seems to be remarkably efficient. Longer term owners say that prior to some of the software updates, it wasn't quite as efficient, but you can see even though it's 12 degrees outside, 13 degrees outside, 5.3 miles per kilowatt hour over 6.6 miles. It's so far, it appears to average about 1 mile per kilowatt hour better than our little MG5. So I'm keen to actually measure that and see if these figures are overinflated or if they are accurate. And here's the bombshell. I said that this cost me 25% of what a Tesla would cost. Well, when I ordered this car, it was £162 per month on a personal lease, no deposit. I looked on the Tesla website for the current pricing of the Model Y back then, because I know they occasionally have promotions and ups and downs. £760 per month when there's no deposit on a Tesla Model Y. That is quite an astounding difference. Now, I know that that was kind of an introductory promotional deal. Some people said it was a mistake, but Leapmotor have honoured those prices, and that's what I'm paying. £162 per month for a generously sized family electric vehicle. What's the con? What's the catch? But despite the initial promotion being over, I still found that you can get this car for less than half the price of the equivalent Tesla. The other big concern that the motoring journalists had was the fact that you have to swipe this on the mirror to enter, and then you have to leave this on the pad to drive. Well, if you take a Tesla for a test drive, then it's exactly the same system. But once you own the Tesla, you just use your phone as a key. Am I right, Tesla drivers? Well, it's exactly the same for this Leapmotor. My phone is the key. So how is it to drive then? There's two things that immediately become obvious. If you jump out of a Model Y and jump into this, the ride on this is much more comfortable. This is a much smoother ride, definitely calibrated more to comfort rather than handling or sportiness. And the quietness. They've clearly gone to town with a sound deadening in this. That's a massive weak point of my MG5. As much as we absolutely love it, you can tell that they've cut some corners in the costings of soundproofing and sound deadening. Not so in this car. Even with the big 20-inch Dunlop tyres on it, I'm on a really rough surface now. I don't know how this will be picked up. It's 30 miles an hour, are really rough. I'm in Southampton docks at the moment where all the trucks and everything are constantly going all day. So it's a really abrasive, rough, loud surface. But this car just soaks it up. The calibration of everything is towards comfort. Now that goes, even though I've got one pedal driving turned on, the accelerator pedal is much smoother in its calibration much less sensitive than the Tesla. And the difference between the modes makes a huge difference. On Teslas, you can turn on chill mode. On this, it's got the sport and it's got the eco mode and it's got comfort mode. And the difference in software calibration between those modes is quite a big jump. And so you can really get it to however you feel. The steering as well is quite smooth. It's not very snappy. It's not overly sensitive. It's definitely a vehicle that has been calibrated for a comfortable family transport. What else do you need to know about driving it? It's a car. It's got 4 wheels. The sound system is good. Is it as good as the premium Tesla sound system? The jury's out on that. The reviews did really rave about how good the sound system was. It is good. The materials used are excellent, especially for this price point. It's got the adaptive cruise control. It's got the lane keeping assist. They clearly borrowed the stalk from Tesla, and Tesla in turn just borrowed it from Mercedes. So not like the new Tesla, you don't have to swipe around in a screen here. You've got a stalk for park and reverse, and then double tap for turning the cruise control on, and double tap again to get it locked into lane. Very simple. It seems to work really effectively. Oh, the sun's coming out. Shall I shut my sunshade? And when I say that this vehicle is calibrated for comfort, that doesn't mean that you can't hustle it a bit. It does really grip well. It has actually quite remarkable amounts of grip. Despite the body roll, there's some body roll there, there's some lean, it grips really well, and you can actually hustle this a little bit. Not that anyone buys a family SUV for hustling around country twisty roads. I don't understand what Tesla did with the calibration of the Model Y. It makes no sense. Rock hard ride for who knows what reason. So let me know in the comments, what do you want to see me do with this car? What do you want me to show you? Some of the features? Is there a demand for some of the how-to and the frequently asked questions? Shall I just give you some quarterly updates of how it's going with the car? What I can't show you today, but I will get a cameraman to do it, is when you come to a stop with the one pedal driving, it goes on to an automatic hold, so you don't have to hold the brake or anything. And the rear light bar does some kit Night Rider type LED light chasing up and down. A little bit of a light show to keep the people behind entertained. It's a good thunk from the inside. It's a very good thunk from the outside. Oh, this is novel. A parcel shelf. Or a load cover. Kicking out the base. So to see more of my adventures with the Temu Tesla over the next couple of years, make sure you're subscribed, like this video, and stay tuned for the upcoming content of how amazing this car is for the money. Incredible value for money.